Hi everyone, my name is Josh and today we are going to go over the Agentic AI project. So what the Agentic AI project is a ChatGPT open API that is connected to a Logs Analytics Workspace where it acts as its own SOC analyst, where I can tell it something like, hey, I think a specific endpoint has been compromised, or I think there may be suspicious activity going on in my tenant. Can you go take a look at it? And it will. So I am going to go ahead and run the SOC analyst now and give it a prompt. So here we are in VS Code. Agentic SOC analyst at your service. What would you like to do? So I'm going to come up with something like, I think someone may have logged into an account and it's compromised. Can you see if there's any threats? Now, based on my user request, which is the prompt that I just gave it, it's going to be looking for those threats in the environment. It's going to be using Azure Monitor logs. And based on those logs, it's going to come up with its own type of query and look around for any threats. So currently, I am on GPT-5 Mini as the model that I'm using for my Agentic SOC analyst. Now it's asking me, do I want to continue with GPT-5 Mini? I'm just going to click enter to continue so that I can stay there. Right here, what's nice about this is that we define what the estimated cost is if I were to proceed with this. Because every time I input something and ChatGPT spits out something, it puts it together and comes up with a final cost. So it would be 3 cents if I were to proceed with GPT-5 Mini, and it would be 13 cents for GPT 4.1. So I'm just gonna go ahead and click enter now, get things going. So it selected GPT-5 as the model, took a look around for threats in my environment. Now it says initiating cognitive threat hunt against targeted logs. And now we're just going to wait and see what it spits back out for us. So here, based on my request, it's given a time range. So the last 24 hours using the table name sign-in logs, and it's using the following fields here based on what I gave it. And it also provides a rationale for why it's using the log search that it picked. And then let's say we wanted to come up with our own query. Like if it wasn't the SOC analyst, probably we'd choose something like this. Let's scroll down and see what's going on here. So we're still waiting. Cognitive hunt complete. It took 59.53 seconds and we found 2 potential threats. So I'm going to go ahead and click enter to see our results. It's also logged our threats to threats.jsonl. It's this file right here. It's our JSON file. So let's take a look around. So if we scroll up here, so it'll come up with like this header here, potential threat number 1, multiple failed authentication attempts from single IP followed by success. Likely brute force or credential stuffing, and it's going to tell us the UPN. So this is the UPN of the affected user. I think this is pretty sick. So it'll give us the confidence level. So mind you, it can be confident about false positives and true positives. So it is important to do further investigation, even though the Agentic AI bot found something like this. Like, yeah, it's confident, but us also as humans have to do our due diligence and ensure that what the AI is telling us is also correct. But moving forward, if we look around here, in our script, we also have MITRE attack info. So the tactic, the technique, the sub-technique associated, as well as the MITRE IDs. And then just a description right here. And then below that will be the log lines. These are basically the evidences that the bot is providing to us, where they got it from. And right here would be our indicators of compromise. And then things associated with each incident. We have tags here, and we do have recommendations on how to move forward in regards to the threats that they presented to us. This is threat number 1, by the way. And then here, these are just other notes that our Agentic AI has come up with. And that concludes threat number 1. Now we have potential threat number 2. So another affected user, this is their UPN, consecutive invalid username or password. I think it's the same MITRE technique. Yeah, credential access, right? Yeah, that's right, credential access. Yep, T1110. Here we have threat number 2, potential threat number 2. Their confidence level here, as y'all can see, is altered. It's medium now, as opposed to our earlier high. So of course, with everything AI tells us, we got to do our due diligence and double check on things, right? Cross-reference with the user, cross-reference with Azure Monitor Logs itself. Actually, do some digging on logs and reading and making determination based on what we find as human beings, right? Because AI is a good helper, but at the same time, if it's not as confident, you got to trust yourself more, right? Because at the end of the day, it's us that makes the decision. So here we have pretty much the same technique, T1110, password guessing or brute force leading to valid account sign-in. Same song and dance with the log lines and our IOCs. And then we have our recommendations here. Pivot or monitor, it's missing the create incident because it's not confident enough to determine, whether this is an incident or not. It could be a false positive, right? But yeah, this was it for this portion of the Agentic SOC Analyst. We'll take a peek on what's looking like next for the other scripts.